Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up.
Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. I love when I start with a laugh because that means it's going to be a great episode. My name is YN Vaughn, also known as Y, and this is another intimate, this time, episode of Raise It Up Y, the podcast. We are coming at you the last Thursday of August 2020 in an episode that we're calling Summer Love. So if you're happening to watch us on YouTube, number one, hi, and number two, thank you. And number three, you'll see that I am in a date attire because I'm here in my summer love energy, giving y'all that summer fling when it felt good and, you know, what that looks like and sounds like. But also, we're playing on the idea of love because our self-awareness question that we'll be answering in the Break It Down portion of our episode today is, why love? Or, in other words, why do we choose love? Why should we choose love? And I know I shouted out you Spotify watchers and listeners. Also, thank you Apple Podcasts. Thank you Stitcher, the new site that people are listening to us on. Thank you Spotify listeners. We really appreciate you all. Last episode I said that New York was our biggest market, and LA did not like that. So now, of course, in the feedback, LA has become our bigger than New York market. So we thank you too, LA. You know I'm a West Coast girl, and I love y'all. New York, you know this is no hard feelings. I love you. And Atlanta and Houston, I see the two of y'all because y'all right behind. So, you know, we love all of you, and thank you for messing with a little West Coast chick like myself. Hey, this podcast looks to raise your awareness, self-awareness that is, your vibrations and your capacity for love. If you've been listening all of 2020, you know that we are here to make sure that you are looking at your self-awareness with 2020 perfect vision. Again, what's the point of having perfect vision to see everything and looking in the mirror and finding a blur, right? So we want to make sure that we put that out in the front of this episode so you know when we talk about love and why love, it's going to come back to how that plays into your ability to accept your own self-love. So, segments, break it down. Hi Y from one of our Ujima Queen alumni, and a Douxadiddy from The Voice of Reason Volume 1 Visionary Affirmations, the album I put out in July of this year, called Perspective. I'll talk about that later. If you've been with me a while or if you're just meeting me, you know that I am a trained therapist, and we start all of our episodes with grounding. Grounding is the technique that we use to bring you into your body and into the moment. It separates you from wherever or whatever you was on before you turned this podcast on. If you're driving, because people are driving these days again, please, I invite you to keep your eyes open, open, open. Do not let this buttery voice fool you, but do let it soothe you. And if you are anywhere else and would like to, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes and take a moment to be here with me. Hear my voice. Feel your feet. Can you feel your feet? If you can, how about you wiggle your toes? Be silly enough to just touch your nose. All of this just to recognize that you are right here. Breathe a breath in as I pop my shoulder and blow a breath out. Again, do that in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just simply take a moment to own this miracle we call life, that you are breathing, and recognize that you're winning just by living this life, by spending this time with my voice right now. You're investing into your betterment. Sit with that and feel proud. And let's go up. Let's get out of here. Let's go on up. You understand? Break it down, guys. This segment of our show is where we uncover the genius in hip-hop lyrics. Only this time, we're going to jump from hip-hop to R&B, both beautiful art forms from Black America. You understand? And we're going to study an amazing relationship in this industry, JayZ and Beyonce. Let me know if you know these lyrics. Face of Stone was shocked on the other end of the phone. Word back home is you got a special friend. So what was oh so special then? You was giving away without getting at me. And that's your fault. How many times have you forgiven me? How was I supposed to know that you was plain sick of me? I know the way a nigga living was whack, but you don't get a nigga back like that. Shit, I'm a man with pride. You don't do shit like that. You don't pick up and leave me sick like that. You don't throw away what we had just like that. I was just fucking them girls. I was gonna get right back. They say you can't turn a bad girl good. So once a good girl's gone bad, she's gone forever. Mourn forever. Shit, I gotta live with the fact I did you wrong forever. Oh, Sean Carter. That is, ladies and gentlemen, JayZ's song Cry. I know a lot of gentlemen. I used to do borrow Black adolescent rap listener psychoeducational therapy group in a high school where I did my internship back in grad school. And they let me lead an all-boy group because of hip-hop. And they knew that my thesis wasn't hip-hop and everything I was doing. So we brought up these lyrics one day. I use art a lot, especially hip-hop, obviously, in my therapeutic interventions. And the young men in this group all talked about their prides and their egos as they loved. And they identified with the lyrics of this song, especially this verse, because they couldn't bring themselves to cry over a relationship that they maybe had messed up with extra girls outside of the relationship, kind of bringing them in to the fold, or just by being out there. Y'all know how it is. We don't really sugarcoat things on this podcast. So when guys look to be the man, they generally have more than one girl. And this starts to spark different conversations we won't get into today. We'll talk about it another time. But why men lose their virginities versus why women give their virginities up. And I'm telling you, the idea of I was just fucking them girls, I was going to get right back, is where a man generally says, bro, me being with extra women when I'm not with my girl, my main girl who I love, my wife, my wifey, whoever, that's just like someone helping me get to an itch that I can't scratch. It's not deep. And only if your ladies saw it that way. There's some lyrics I didn't get to look up by Beyonce from a song called Ring the Alarm. Ring the alarm. I've been through this too long, but I'll be damned if I see another chick on your arm. And she goes down the last line of the chorus, always stuck out to me. She gonna profit everything I taught if I let you go. If I let you go. Damn if I let you go. So we're gonna, for this portion of the podcast, act like JayZ's lyrics are talking to Beyonce's lyrics. We don't really know in real life if that's exactly what these songs were doing. I highly doubt it even. However, art is open to interpretation. So for the sake of argument and making this summer love theme happen, love looks all good out the beginning, right? Once you take it out the box fresh and new. Oh man, you love her, she loves you, you're infatuated, y'all stay like that. And then when she's no longer the new shiny thing, song cry lyrics start to apply. And you start to be around other girls and you got a wifey, but you also recognize that since you're held down at home, you kind of feel like, hey, I could roam. I'm out here. You know what it is. So when you get the lady that finally sees that and says, hold on, I've been with you too long and I'll be damned if I see another chick on your arm. Like, I'm not going to do this with you. One of the verses says, to think you give it to her like you give it to me. Come on. He's so arrogant and bold. She gonna love that shit, I know. Like, she's literally in her head like, bro, this is not the way this is gonna go. I'll fight a bitch behind you. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's putting it out there. Well, that wasn't the only thing she did, because apparently song cry type lyrics didn't stop. And I'm using all of this with JayZ and Beyonce. However, these are real life situations, and half of y'all listening or watching have been through shit like this. And if you haven't and you're currently doing some shit like this, trust me, it's on its way. All right? Karma got a way about her. You understand? Lemonade, a song called Don't Hurt Yourself by Beyonce. Who the fuck you think I is? You ain't married to no average bitch boy. You gonna watch this fat ass twist boy as it bounce to the next dick boy and keep your money. I got my own. Keep a bigger smile on my face. Being alone. Bad motherfucker. God complex. I motivate your ass. Call me Malcolm X. Your operator. Your innovator. Fuck you haters. You can't recreate her, no. I thought that was so interesting that she would talk about being recreated, because JayZ got a song, Lost Ones. I heard motherfuckers saying they made Hove. Made Hove say, okay, so make another Hove. So here's what I want you guys to take from Beyonce's shots fired to a Beyonce supposed in this particular scenario, where she's saying, you can't recreate me. All the girls that you were just fucking and you gonna come right back, you gonna go out there and mess up a good thing behind a moment. You have a legacy here and you're gonna fuck it up behind a moment? Okay. But you're not gonna recreate me. Where do you go from Beyonce? You understand? And in all fairness, where does Beyonce go from a JayZ? And what I want people to take away from this portion of this why love, why choose love type of section here in the Break It Down segment is because, gentlemen, I know hip hop got you all fucked up. What was the baby's name? He said hip hop got him so messed up. Carmichael. Yeah, Gerard Carmichael. He said, hip hop has ruined me financially. Someone asked him, how much do you got? In the bank. He said, enough to beat the case. I'm just saying. Every other city we go, every other video, no matter where I go, I see the same hoe. I got hoes. Sorry, Nate. I seem like I'm harping on Nate Dogg. I'm not. I just love Nate, and I'm from the West. I got hoes in different codes. But that was a Ludacris song, so technically I'm not harping on the West. However, I'm coming right back to the West. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, or when the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling when I fuck 'em, well, I did some. That's what they be yelling. I'm a pimp. What does a pimp have? Hoes. So to even say the word pimp, you're implying the word hoes. Pimp by blood, not relation. Y'all be chasing. I replay some, huh? And that's him, paying homage to Biggie. Those are Biggie lyrics. All of this to say, gentlemen, we love you, number one. Number two, I think hip-hop got y'all a little bit fucked up, where you're trained to see women in this hoe category, and therefore you kind of treat all women as such. This is not an indictment. This is just an observation. If it matches with you, perfect. And if it doesn't, don't take this. However, if you're an individual who has a good woman at home and you tend to look at her like, man, you know all the girls I got? Like, you know who else I'm fucking? Yeah, I got B at home, but you know, I got, let's say, someone like a Halle Berry or Nicole Murphy. She's really pretty. Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. Nicole Murphy, she's really, really pretty. Her or any of these women, you know what I'm saying? Whoever it might be, guys. You feel like because you have a 10 and you're cheating on your 10 with 10s, you think they bring the same things to the table. No, honey, you got it messed up just a little bit. So when Beyonce is saying, fuck you, hater, you'll never recreate her, no. She's saying, you can have fun with all these little girls. I don't care if they fine as me, finer than me, more financially well off than me. When I am a queen, when you've gotten a queen on your hands, there's not as many queens as you think is out there. So have fun. See what your shit does. However, she definitely threatened by the end of that record, you know I give you life, and if you do this shit again, you're going to lose your wife. And JayZ took that personally on 444, song 444. He spoke about that it took for him to have a daughter to understand love through a woman's eyes. I know a lot of gentlemen who've shared the same sentiments. And ladies, this is disheartening, yes. Discouraging, maybe. But gentlemen, I don't know if you look at it like this, but the ego of a man states that, you know, when it comes down to valuing a woman just for her being her, seeing her as dope, seeing her as worthy, sometimes y'all miss that. And when you value a woman, it's because she's carried your seed. So when you only recognize a woman through something you've created out of her, you're still kind of egomaniacally only looking at yourself. And then the woman gets looked at like, what, an oven? It's not the vibe. It's not the vibe. I want you all to consider choosing love intentionally and on purpose. One reason for your self-development is because what other choice do you have? Opposite of love is fear. We talked about this in earlier episodes. I think it was the words of wisdom for episode 14, actually, at the top of the year. So fear has a lot of cousins. Insecurity, lust, unworthiness, shyness, lack overall, overcompensation like boastful pride and things like that, as well as entitlement. All of those things stem from the seed called fear. We can talk about how in a different episode, but let me keep going with the point. Why also choose love? Number 2, self-love doesn't really work without acknowledgement of love in general first. And I want to take you to Maslow and his hierarchy of needs. This is real psychological, human development, evolutional type shit right here. So it's getting deep, but go with me, right? In the hierarchy of needs, there's 5 things. First, your basic needs, your physiological needs, to eat, to breathe, to have water, things like that. Secondly, you need safety, just making sure that you have shelter, that no one's going to come and kill you tonight type of thing. You need to feel safe in order to learn yourself fully. The third thing you need is love and belongingness. Where you affiliate yourself, understanding, what is the Jungle Book, finding your herd, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you're a lion, but other lions don't fuck with you. So you're the lion that gets down with the elephant, that gets down with the boy, that gets down with the groundhog. And then y'all are your own herd. You know, when you create your own tribe, family in a way then becomes the people you choose to love and who love you unconditionally, Sometimes the word family doesn't always just sprout the idea of love. I'm a social worker trained, MSW, Master of Social Degree holder. I've encountered a lot of families where the people that maybe should have been your first caregivers gave you fear and mistrust instead of care, you know? So, yeah, that love and belongingness, though, is the third level of needs in order to understand yourself. After you've experienced love externally, because no man is brought into this world alone. No man is an island. Even if you were in the foster care system, if you were an orphan, I don't care how you were brought up. Some adult, some actualized adult with resources is the reason you didn't die as an infant. So no, you're not self-made. No, you didn't do it all on your own. That's egomaniacal, and it's not true. The reality is you had help. Whether you acknowledge it or not, that's up to you. But the fourth thing, self-esteem and self-love. After you've seen love, experienced love and belongingness around you in your community and surroundings, only then can you learn how to take those traits and then apply them to yourself. Fifth and final, some even debate whether we ever reach this in our lifetimes, is self-actualization. I personally do think that people actualize themselves refreshed and renewed daily like bread. You know what I'm saying? Understanding yourself is a lifelong process, but I think it's done day by day, piece by piece. The point in all of this is, ladies and gentlemen, in this break it down section that so graciously has been brought to us by the incomparable Carters, JayZ and Beyonce, I use these hip hop lyrics and I use the story that juxtaposing certain lyrics kind of can create to say, summer love is the idea of feeling good, it's hot, less clothes, higher hormones, and you see what you like and you go for it. Sometimes you get attracted to people off of the looks first, off of that sexuality, off of the bare animalistic attraction to someone. We have things like Instagram. We have things like Facebook. We have other, you see my age, because those are the ones that I go to, right? So I don't even know Snapchat. I don't know what the fuck that shit do. But anyways, so in a lot of ways, we see individuals before we encounter them, right? And that can make a lot of our quote unquote love feel like summer love, right? The fling, the fun, and things like that. And the depth of that relationship sometimes doesn't get reached because we do all it's like eating. If you, any parent out there, my first degree is in child development and family studies. When you're feeding an infant and trying to get them to take in all of their nutrients, you will have a hard day if you introduce them to peaches before peas. You will have a hard day. You want to introduce vegetables before sugar and fruit, because once they get the fruit, baby, it's like a child going to a birthday party and saying, okay, give me the cake. No, I don't want the spaghetti or the pescetti, however the kids say it. I don't want the salad. No. Give me the cake. They want the fun thing first. As adults, we get the fun stuff first. We get that out of the way. And when it comes down time to work on whether we actually like one another and want to relate to one another, shit, we almost don't. We don't even give it a chance, right? So when we're looking at why we choose love because what other choices do we got? The only story worth hearing about is one of love, whether it's love between a person and him or herself, their selves, because we have non-binary listeners and things like that. It might be a love from a person and their passion, their hobbies, their jobs, their careers, their affiliations. There's a lot of things to love in this life. There's a lot of things with which we've been blessed that are called gifts that we can really show and display through our passions. All of that stems from the seed called love. So, why choose love, ladies and gentlemen? For your self-awareness question for this episode, because it's the only choice worth talking about. All right? So, on to the next, on to the next, which is also a JayZ song. Our hashtag High Y comes from one of my beautiful Ujima queens. Y'all know I teach at Pasadena City College's Ujima program. And one of my queens, who is an alumni because she definitely graduated and is on her way to being like a financier. She's like really smart and beautiful. She's like pretty and know how to deal with money. I'm calling you, Mitty. I'm going to call you. Yes, being a female in the music industry feels difficult. How do you use it to your advantage? You see this? You see this dress? No, I'm messing with you. See all this long hair and shit? No, being a woman in the industry, because it's so male dominated, it can feel, you use the word difficult. I use the word alienating. Rhapsody almost called her Eve album Alien, and everyone was like, thank you, God, because Queen Latifah definitely didn't let her do that. Shouts out to the Queen. It can feel alienating. It can feel isolating. And these are my words. You use the word difficult, but I'm just going to say I use the words alienating, isolating, and it poses a sense of competition. Rhapsody talks about this a lot, where as if we can't all exist, like Meg and Cardi and Il Camille and Jean Grey and Ciroc and Rhapsody and Yo-Yo and Rage and Lil' Kim and Trina, as if they all can't coexist. El Boogie, Lauryn Hill, when she was rapping back in the day, is in my top 5 still. So I was brought up on a different type of hip hop where I got to see Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Yo-Yo, Rage, and then a different new breed of rappers, starting with Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Trina. All you ladies pop yo pussy like this. Oh my God. What's my baby name? Y'all can go ahead and put that in the comments because I know y'all gonna kill me for that. Kaya, thank you. Oh yeah. Even Petra, pull up to my bumper, baby. Patra, excuse me. But I saw so many different types of women. I got to mix and choose which Moni in the middle. Where's she at? In the middle. I got to mix and choose what type of woman of hip hop I wanted to present as. I think the way that we use our femininity to our advantage is bringing to the table what only we seemingly can. This is overgeneralizations because women have masculine sides and men have feminine sides. Sometimes both don't necessarily want to acknowledge that, or sometimes we over-identify with the things that are of the opposite sex and things like that. But the reality is, as a woman, I bring cultures together in studios, on stages. I was telling my 1500 Sound Academy students, shouts out to you guys. I was telling some of my students a couple weeks back that 1000%, I've been hired on gigs just for my energy. It was a sausage fest, their words, not mine. And this is with Gordon and them on some of those Sangria Sundays. And literally everybody up there is, just going ham, or they're, going hard in this, music game and stuff like that. And, manly men, egos can get involved and stuff like that. So the woman just comes and she softens everything. And everything is pretty. And we're like jewelry on stage and eye candy. Some ladies might find that objectifying. I call that loving what makes me different. And playing into my uniqueness. I'd feel the same way if I was on stage with the set of white women and I was the only black woman. I would use my blackness to my advantage. On a lot of these gigs, Chris can testify, I'm the most hip-hop person on stage. And everyone, Chris's roots are in jazz and stuff like that. Some of our homeboys, Gordon is more like funk. I don't know, like R&B, gospel, R&B, things like that or whatever. And, we have versatile friends, very talented friends. Shouts out to Gordon Campbell since I keep saying his name. But when these people are up and doing their thing, a lot of the songs that they play and what they get into, I kind of know because I've heard it on the radio. But once they play, I was somewhere, not with Gordon. We were at the Academy, 1500 Sound Academy, and Rance's dad, Pops 1500, love you, Dad. He plays boom, doom, 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 doom. He said, baby girl, go ahead and sing it. And there'll be no darkness tonight. This is, for those who don't know, you youngins, this is Michael Jackson, Lady of My Life on Thriller, right? Time. Just put your trust in my heart and lead me to paradise. And if you know your hip hop, because I surely didn't know some of the end parts of this song, so I flip it into LL Cool J's, hey love, this is more than a crush. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was all over me. I said, you already know. Look, don't get me excited. Look, a Coach bag in your hand. I was laying in my coupe with my hat turned back. We locked eyes for a moment. And that was that. That just got him so excited. I just want you guys to know. But, no, Eminem. No, we'll leave that.
Back to the podcast.
Chris sounds black. He is white, and he is very soulful, ladies. So, yes, the point being, guys, that when...
What?
I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm so sorry, this guy. What happens is, as the female hip-hop person on stage, I bring that. Sometimes my hip-hopness has made me the sore thumb, not my femininity. Just because individuals on stage were way more musically inclined. Chris reads music. A lot of the other musicians are hella musicians, and they hella read music. I have an ear, but that's just not my strong suit. Now, if it... He says it's not important. He's my biggest supporter as well. But what I do know is, were you there when Terrace did? We came back from when I came back from North Carolina, and he had a whole gig where he just wrote songs on stage. Were you there that day at the Speakeasy? Shit. It was a bunch of us. Layla came, Tone Treasure came, and all this different stuff. And people were just up there kind of riffing and doing stuff, just kind of like vibing out. And T was like, I kind of want to write songs. I want to write songs. And he was like, why? Get up here. They playing something. I'm like, And so I freestyle. I started freestyling songs, had the whole crowd singing as if it was a song that was out. Like they knew it, sort of a thing. Those types of things, me being a writer, a songwriter, a poet, an author, things like that, I utilize all of that stuff to my advantage. And in this industry, being a female in a male-dominated space, I lean into my girlness. And if I'm being dead ass with you, in an industry right now where a lot of women are very headstrong about their sexuality, and mind you, I'm thinking of people like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and stuff like that. These girls are in their 20s and young. I'm knocking on the door of 40. I have a different way that I uphold my femininity, and it's not to knock how the baby girls are doing their thing. Shit, when I first realized I had a wet ass pussy, I might make a song like that too. However, that's just not where I'm at in this industry. And so, again, I look for what makes me different and I lean into that. When a lot of the rapping girls are in their 20s and I'm about to be 40, I stay on this side. There's a different class and a different swag that you just rock with when you're my age. And I say my age with pride. I think growing older and growing up and maturing is a privilege. And during COVID times, it's not a privilege that's afforded to the masses all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel no shame behind living my life the way I've lived it, healthy as an ox, by the way, built like a stallion, by the way, you understand? And I think everybody who follows me on Instagram knows that I'm not Captain Obvious. I don't have to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? So being a female in this industry, while it can feel a lot of different ways that aren't necessarily the most positive sort of a thing or the most inclusive, it is to my advantage when I hone in on my uniqueness in any setting and make the most out of that, femininity included. That's how I'd like to end that question. So very good question, Mitty. Thank you so much for it. Moving right along, man. At the end of this episode, we're going to have a Douxadiddy. Douxadiddies on this podcast are the songs, the artistic artifacts, if you will, that I happen to stumble upon and come upon. Almost all original. I don't think we've done anything not original. Everything, right, because we played in its full entirety. So, yeah, all original content from either myself, my family, because we played last episode something with the Emotions and Snoop Dogg. Episode before that with my dad from his CD, his album from 98, he said, is when it came out. And then today, we're going to play Perspective off of the Voice of Reason's Visionary Affirmations album. Dude, for the 13th of August, I do 13 live discussions on my @Wyana platform. And this last one, Chris joined me because all music, every sound you hear on the Voice of Reason Volume 1 Visionary Affirmations was done by Chris. All words and vocal performance you hear is done by me. So it was just the two of us. And we got on my 13 Live. We promoted it like it was a virtual event because in COVID times, that's kind of all we can do. And when we got down to asking people what their favorite tracks were, favorite quotes were, there was a resounding love for track 3 called Perspective. I want to play it for you all just because I want you to hear it for yourself. And I think it epitomizes the affirmation part of the title of this album because everything is mostly stated in a I am this, I am that. And affirmations generally begin with an I am statement and they continue on. I'm going to call back Perspective in the YN's words of wisdom that you're about to hear. So I don't want to keep talking about it and give too much or any of it away. However, I just want to say the playing on there that Chris did was outstanding. I gave him a literal image, a mini movie in my head that I thought of while I was considering the 6th chakra. Just so you all know, on the album, each track speaks to a chakra. The first track speaks to expression, which is the 5th chakra. The second track speaks to divinity, which is your 7th chakra. The third track speaks to vision, when people say like third eye, stuff like that, that's your 6th chakra. The 4th, called Beauty Within, speaks to your 3rd chakra, your power center base. Your 5th on the album is your 2nd chakra, where it's good connection. It's your intimacy chakra. And the 6th song on the album deals with your 1st chakra. It's the foundational, the beginning of all what you do in the alignment. The last song, the 7th song, goes right up to the middle of your entire alignment and talks to your heart. Everything on the album has been calibrated for your healing. Period. We can go into what that looks like and sounds like. You guys can ask questions and we'll answer them for sure on the @RaiseItUpY page. But everything, frequency, sounds we use, tones that were used, as well as the words that were used, all of it was to promote healing and peace. So we really hope you enjoy it. And to all of you who have confirmed that you've enjoyed it, we just appreciate your time and we appreciate you streaming it. Let it play while you're asleep so you can tell your sub and unconscious sides of you what you're really on and what you really want to be on. That's the way I've been listening to it lately. I don't know about y'all. On to the next. YN's Words of Wisdom has become a listener's favorite, and I always love giving it to you all because you guys give me so much love behind it. So I want to say thank you in this moment right now. We're going to do these YN's Words of Wisdom, pay some dues, couple of dates, and then we'll get on out of here, sort of a thing. So the YN's Words of Wisdom for today is, they always get it once you exit. I'm going to be talking to the gentlemen and the ladies in this right here. So we're starting with some original pieces of mine. And I'll just go into them. Why love and exit. This touch makes me feel so good. I misunderstood what this thing could do to me. I'm just open for your lust, guilty as it comes. Still, please pour it into me. Stolen moments, stolen time. You've got yours, I've got mine. To say I don't would be a lie. I love you, but why? But why? Why does he need me and you don't? Why love? He says he'll leave me, but you won't leave me. This can't be easy, can it? He just took me for granted. Why didn't he take care of home? Why love? They always get it once I exit. Never before, I'm sad to say. Thought my lightning, firecracker energy was always there to stay. Always theirs to take. Theirs to keep. What a costly way to cheapen who I naturally am once my feelings start to deepen. Saw your name on my new whip and thought you had stake in my new life. Boy, you haven't seen me in a bit, 'cause that shit is definitely mine, but it's fine. Sometimes the lesson is only learned when the clear view is in your rear view and the bridges and cities have all but burned. At the point of no return, that may be how you have to get it. No warning sign seems hard to find in all your space after I exit. In my experience, I've learned that men generally value me in my absence way more than they do when I'm right there. Way more than when I'm theirs. After speaking to lots of relationships and even analyzing mega ones like JayZ and Beyonce's, what I notice is that when a guy loves, he does it initially only at the comfort level of his ego. As understood by Freud, just so you all know and we all know, the ego psychologically is the problem-solving portion of one's brain. It's past the id or the feeling-filled fight, flight, or freeze center of the brain, and it enacts, the ego does, it enacts before the superego, which is the conscious part of your brain, the what's wrong and what's right part. So, to see how all these guys play together, let's provide an example. Here's the situation. You're hungry and you have no money. You walk by a street vendor selling produce and your id says, "Ugh, I am so hungry and that apple looks good as fuck." Your problem-solving ego says, "Bro, easy call. Take the apple. Duh." Your super ego chimes in and says, well, stealing is wrong. We can go to jail for that. So maybe we should find another way. How the id, ego, and super ego play out in relationships is like this. You're enjoying a relationship, been in it successfully for a long time, whatever that might be quantifiably for you. One day, you're away from wifey, and you see a woman who looks real nice to you. Id says, we are attracted to her, or more commonly known as, nigga, I'd hit. Ego slides in and says, wifey ain't nowhere near here. We can pursue that. Super ego reminds you, hey, so let me get this straight. You're looking to throw away a good thing behind one night of fun? The truth is, a lot of men do wager their loves and the loves of their lives over one moment. In episode 15, we talked about why men cheat. Answers for men, from men. The resounding reasons that were identified included insecurity, people who like to pursue others' extramarital, extra-relational spaces because it makes them feel like a hunter, or, it's sport, or they just want to see if they can. And another big reason was my ego says, I just want to. In the case of the ego, people sometimes think having an ego in general is what makes you a manly man, and having many women is just a part of that plan. And you get those messages everywhere, gentlemen. Think of James Bond. Think of a plethora of music videos. Hell, think of your favorite beer commercials, even. They all show that it guy, the one who has the product, and then all of a sudden in the next scene, there's a bunch of beautiful women. Almost to say as if getting this gets you all these chicks. And it's always more than one, right? It's never one good one. It's always more than one. And most of you can probably think of some OGs in your personal lives or other cool guys that you may look up to in your world and find a link to the access of multiple women, making you the man. Here now, I'd like to beg the question. With all of what we've said, why is it that men, when polled, still say they desire marriage? Also, as said and stated by Harvard Health, and I'll send you guys the link to this article if you'd like it, just DM at Raise It Up Why. Why do married men outlive single men? Men, not guys. I made that distinction very much known at the end of episode 3, I believe it was. But men themselves. Men are individuals with testosterone, XY chromosomes, and penises that are fulfilled within themselves. They are secure within themselves. Men, not guys, men don't use women's substances, accomplishments, or riches to substantiate their life's fulfillment. They are fulfilled because they are in touch with their worth. My favorite line, if you're into looking at where this is, 4:39. That's the time marker on perspective, which will be at the end of this episode. She says, I say, I complete me. Everyone else is a welcome addition to my fulfillment. I'll even extend that here to say, I complete me. Every and anything else is just a welcome addition to my own already existing fulfillment. That's how you speak when you're aware of your worth. If you don't know your worth, how do you find it in your mate? You might know what worth looks like, and therefore you know that the worth of your mate looks hella substantial. But how do you stay the course of a relationship with that person that you recognize worth over there, but not within you right here, and not feel inferior in the end? Low vibrating, inferior types of energy is what keeps you in the next woman's DMs, I hope you realize. A lack of security has you doing stuff like equating your worth to what people can quantify of you on the outside, and not what you know is your quality on the inside. Do you want to live your life out like a music video? And when all of your chips go down, all of your quote-unquote friends leave as well? You have to realize if you place your value in things and attract a bunch of quote-unquote pretty people as a result of those things, you have to know that they are there for the things that are around you, but not you, yourself. When life gets real, neither those things nor the hollow people you attract with those things will sustain nor fulfill you. Emptiness becomes your best friend. And then you remember that good thing you had. The chick that held you down with or without the clout. The one that made your heart her priority. This is going to sound deep, but I heard a preacher ask his congregation, who do you want holding your hand at your parents' funeral? When the person you can't see yourself living without passes away, whoever that is, if you don't have a great relationship with your parents, let's say, who can you count on to hold and console you? That person might be worth taking a little more seriously. If she's the wifey that you gambled on while you had a night of ego-satiating fun, you might want to plan to take some more time to discover yourself and align yourself with who you really are, so you just don't miss out on real love. That's why right here at Raise It Up Why we promote self-awareness. As stated in episode 2, the real gangster is love. And we're here to feed the G in you. All right? Disclaimer before I end this to the ladies. Meek Mill encouraged his listeners, never trust a bitch who would fuck you for some purses. Before the feminists get upset, you got to ask yourself why a man would say such a bold, unabashed statement. It might be because he's encountered a considerable amount of women who have sold their time, energies, and bodies for something like a purse. While we all relish in the liberation of the WAP or the wet-ass pussy era, for those who don't know, Google it. Let's be clear, ladies. Buying the cow seems pointless when the cow is pouring ice-cold milk for free. Okay? If you don't know what that statement means, just because I know people throw that around a lot, if you want to have milk. Back in the day, you would just buy a cow. In buying a cow, guess what you got to do? You got to have space for a cow. You got to be able to house the cow, feed the cow, have enough money to continue to feed the cow. You're going to have to go out and pick up its poop. You have to make sure there's water outside. All of this means there is maintenance. It's a relationship that you have to maintain, all to get milk with no cost, no financial obvious cost. The cost is your time and energy taking care of this cow. However, if you can go to a store and buy ice cold milk and not have to find a space for a cow to be housed or deal with picking up its shit, who wouldn't go get the free milk? At that point, while the milk is not necessarily monetarily free because it has a price of $2.93, $2.39, whatever it might cost, at least I don't have to deal with the smelly, big issue of housing and owning a cow in order to get milk. So for us WAPs, for us WAP ladies, wet ass pussy ladies, word to Cardi and Meg the Stallion, no love lost, nothing wrong with those ladies finding a quick way to go viral and make money in these COVID times. What I'm focusing on is you ladies. Ladies who listen to WAP and glorify their overt sexuality, which is the milk, by the way, and freely have sex with whoever. We glorify this. We love the fact that we freaks outwardly and all this good stuff. That's great. That's great. The problem happens when you do all the freaky stuff with all the men of your choice, and by the time it's all said and done, you actually wanted something to show for spending your energy and your body with a man. These are some of the things that we have to consider when we openly put ourselves out there, giving away the milk parts of us, the parts that any man would want if he could just get it for free, and not seeing ourselves as worth the time or the investment of taking care of the relationship that comes along with this wet ass pussy. Understand that, ladies. I want you to know there is no knock to how you sexually liberate yourself. However, this is a wake-up call for all of you who had that wet-ass pussy for the last 2 decades, and then next thing you know, you're knocking on 40 and 50's door, becoming a MILF, yet wanting a man to see you as a queen and a wife. Honey, before he can, you must. No knock. Don Miguel Ruiz, author of The 4 Agreements, says, we show people how we want to be treated by how we treat ourselves. We literally train other people how to treat us. So ladies, learning your worth and your value will earn you the relationship results that you're looking for, if you're looking for those types of results. Those are my words of wisdom for today, ladies. And before I go, so guess what? YouTubers, tell me you like all this curly hair that you seeing. Ow. Summertime in the LBC. Something to say, I really want ya. I ain't into play, I'm working on ya. Let me tell you something about this sweet summer hair I got. Y'all see that do gang? Do you see the do gang, ma? Ooh, y'all got me over here trying to cuss at you. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You throw your hands in the air if you's the true player. Huh? Let me tell y'all something. My cousin, Maya Smith, CEO and founder of The Doux, THEDOUX, sent me, as y'all can see with my package, I brought this to y'all so y'all can show y'all that I only use it for my hair. Chris, get my hair. Show them. I'm a vibe. Show them. Yes. These big Papa curls are popping like a notorious defining fool. Y'all don't even get me when I'm talking to you. And the branding genius she is, she sent me one of her combs with the rat tail thingamadooey on it, and it gets my curls popping. Check the details. And what is it called? A detail. Get the fuck out of here. That is the coolest shit ever, bro. Smoothing comb. You better have you a smoothing ass comb, cousin. I love you, girl. Yes. We're gonna do a live soon, babe. I love the do at I love the do ILOVETHEDOUX. As a trained therapist, I'm gonna go on her platform and speak on her to her audience. You can find the do products in Target, Amazon, Walmart, Sally's Beauty, and on THEDOUX.com, thedo.com. Real quick, my baby girl, she did my nails again, my student with, Nails of Essence at Nails of ESSANCE, Nails of Essence. Kylan, I love you, girl. Thank you for always doing my nails so cute. It's part of why I chose this outfit. Look, because it matches. You see? Can you see, Chris? I'm a person. I'm a vibe. Oh my goodness. Well, I think on YouTube, Chris is going to end up putting this up somewhere so that you guys can see. I have a student, y'all. Her name is Kristen Austin at C.AUSTINART. At C.AUSTINART. Her art is so stupid, dumb, gorgeous. She, like Kylan, who did my nails, is another one of my babies studying to be a doctor and found, oh my God, I am talented in this artistic way. Halle Berry a couple weeks back posted her art on her page with Maya Angelou, like freaking poetry or something like that. And this little girl has just been getting the notoriety that she freaking earned. One, by way of her grades, she's outstanding. And then two, by way of the fact that this girl, bro, she's going places. I just want you guys to jump on the train early so you don't get lost. Another pay your dues. Our third contributing member to the team that is the Raise It Up Y crew, Dave 4 on IG at I am DAVEFORE. I am Dave 4. He's a mastering, Dave is a mixing and mastering engineer with 7 Billboard charting projects to his name, including a #1 album from Collie Buddz, and has worked with everyone from Terrace Martin to The Emotions, Day One, Fred Hammond, Darius McCrary, and projects produced by DJ Quick, West Coast legend, Battle Cat, West Coast legend, and co-mixed and mastered YN's latest masterpiece, The Voice of Reason Volume 1, as well as the YN EP. So I'm so happy about this man, yo. He is a voting member of the Grammys and a member of the Audio Engineering Society. His website is Dave4, DAVEFORE.com, where you can listen to some of his work and get in contact with him about any of your projects. Let him know YN sent you, and he'll make sure to take very good care of you. I love you, Dave. I promise you. I love that your family is all safe and all healed and all love. And I love that you're taking care of you. Chris and I have been holding it down in your physical absence, but I'm telling you, you make our sound on every podcast outstanding and amazing. And we couldn't do what we do here on this platform without you. We fucking love you, my boy. Also, my last but not least vibe, YNVaughn.com, WYANNVAUGHN, where you can get any of my works as well as Write Out. And let's see where I open it up to today. Boom. Ooh. Middle of a poem, some words. Aw, one of the 3 chord. No, it's strange. I really like this poem. I think I'm going to recite it for them next time. I'm going to recite Strange for you guys next time. That's how I'll do. It's one of my favorite poems in my Write Out book that I actually wrote when I was like 21. Several years ago this day I was feeling sick. Yeah, 21. It's a... Wait, what? What episode are we on?
21.
21? 21? 20... 21, 20, 20, 21, 20, 21. I wrote this poem when I was
21.
21. Okay, so that's unfortunately what Chris and I do, whether the cameras are on or not. It's the most annoying and ugly thing. I just need you guys to know that. Guys.
21.
We've done this. We've gotten to the end of this outstanding podcast. I want you to know we are so thankful for 21 episodes rocking with us. Please like, share, subscribe, send to your friends, anybody that you care about and you see them elevating their lives and you want to give them a boost. Let's take them up, man. Let's all go up together. It's a fun ride, right? Guys, thank you for listening on all the platforms. Thank you for watching on YouTube. And as always, and until the next time I see y'all, stay real. Visionary. Affirmed in my mind. I am free. I am abundant. I see opportunity endlessly ahead. I am a fearless creator. I live past impossible, about a block down from never. I can do any and all things. I gave up can't miles ago. My journey has never felt so swift and light. I don't try, I do. And I do my best, always. I realize that everywhere I exist is the perfect place, space, and timing. I am on purpose. I am deliberately. I came to create life, not to face life. I know that life doesn't happen to me, it happens for me, and more accurately, life happens from me. Changing the universe, that's an inside job. And I am stardust. And desiring high heights for myself is as natural as returning home to a warm and inviting bed at night. I am as confident as a child wearing a cape and a mask. Fearless, believing in hope and faith before life ever teaches me differently. I realize no one gains from me playing my life small. I am a teacher and a hero. first and foremost to myself. I focus on life and its dealings because it's the only way humanity evolves. I am aware of the light in every living thing when I vibrate high. I am okay. I am different the moment I decide I am. I know where I am in life because of how I feel and what I experience. And it's my job that I am happy. I complete me. Everyone else is just a welcome addition to my fulfillment. I love myself, and I exist on purpose. And that's enough for me. I am enough. This is my perspective.